Assalamualaikum and hello. Today today me as a presenter number 1 gonna introduce you about our project database, which is Courier system database that is post laju berhad for our subject in ICT200 Introduction to Database Designer. Now I'm gonna explain you about our problem statement, which is post laju berhad. We have to face the problem they have to face problem in management, which is late deliveries and eventually frequent service issue. Late deliveries are a problem for both the recipient and the sender. The recipient doesn't want to wait longer than they need to for their delivery, and you don't want your business to get a bad name for not being able to deliver on schedule. Customer will make plan around the time your courier has specified for delivery, so they'll be frustrated and inconvenienced if that deadline is missed. In post-Malaysia Berhad, we have frequent service issues such as wrong quotation, wrong data of the customer, pickup not happening on expected time, or delivery being sent out to the wrong address, while other companies don't have this problem. The next one is database objective. First, produce a practical data system to record proper data of courier service. Second is the system is available to update the data from the time to time. Third is can access data from all over the world at the same time. And the fourth is to improve the effectiveness of the system. That's all from me. And now I'm going to pass this presentation to Maznida. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Maznida binti ZAINI. My student number is 2020847972. Today I want to present about the entity relationship diagram that we call ERD. Let me continue this presentation. I want to explain about this entity relationship diagram that we call ERD. In our system, we have 6 entities that and have on their attributes. First, entities is delivery staff. For delivery staff entity, we have 5 attributes. For the entity, the primary key is delivery staff ID, and this entity connects with other entity, which is parcel entity. The relationship is one delivery staff delivery many parcel, and many parcel delivered by one and only delivery staff. Second is parcel entity, and we have 9 attributes in this entity. For parcel entity, the primary key is parcel track number, and the foreign key is send phone number, receive phone number, and delivery staff ID. For parcel entity, we can connect with sender entity, receiver entity, and invoice entity. The relationship from parcel entity to sender entity is one sender sends many parcel, and many parcels sent by one and only sender. For relation from parcel entity to receiver entity is one receiver receive many parcel and many parcel one and all received by one and only receiver. The relation from parcel entity to invoice entity is one parcel has one and only invoice, and one invoice just has one and only parcel. Lastly, for payment entity, we have payment ID as a primary key and same phone number as a foreign key. The entity connect with invoice entity. The relation for the entity is one payment generates one and only invoice, and one invoice generated by one and only payment. I'm going to pass the presentation to Haziq Alfian. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maznida. And right now, my name is Mama Haziq Alfian, and I'm gonna continue this presentation. My part is section B for the joining table. Kerana I'm gonna use post. Okay, the question for joining table is display the sender name, sender phone number, sender email, who make the payment cash. Okay, it's two table combined. Okay, select this and then run this statement. Okay, right now it show the output for sender who pay with cash payment method. Okay, the next one. Okay, list the parcel tracking number, parcel item type, and parcel Y for the receiver city name Shah Alam. Okay, right now I'm gonna select this query and run this. Okay, it show the output only two people, only two people stay in Shah Alam. Okay, last but not least, okay, write a query to display the invoice ID and date from the table invoice. Also for payment total of over 20 order, the result by the date work from the table invoice. Okay, gonna run this query. Okay, it show the invoice ID, invoice date, payment ID, payment total. As you can see here, the payment total is 65, 87, 70, and so on. It's over than 20 payment total. Okay, right now I'm gonna pass this presentation to my friend Nabil.
Hey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nabil and I'm going to continue presenting about questions from two topics, which is column functions and also subqueries. So let's look at column function first. The first question is write query to display numbers of receivers that live in Perak. So this is the command. Let's run it. So as you can see, there are two receivers that are from Perak. So now let's look at the second questions. Write a query to display the maximum and minimum of total payment. So let's run. This is the output of the minimum. The minimum payment is 10 ringgit and 50 cent, while the maximum payment is 250 cent. I'm using the minimum and maximum function. So next, let's look at the subqueries. The first question is write a query to display the receiver's phone number and name where the quantity of parcel is more than one. So let's run the command. So this is the receiver's phone number and receiver's name that have parcel more than one. So next, let's look at question 2 about subqueries. Write a query to display parcel track number and item type using subqueries. So this is the command. And this is the output. I'm using the in statement to select the parcel track number from the invoice table. So that's all from me. I'm going to pass this presentation to Asyikin. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Asyikin. My part will present about a simple query. So in this part, I will show two example queries with first the query that have to show receive and phone number with the parcel tracker number PL68765MY. So I will run this query. Okay, this is the result, which is a received phone number. And then for the next example query is the second one to display a receive name and receive state based on a receive postcode that are greater than 45000. So let's look at the result. So this is the result, the three receive name and the state that output. That's all for me. That's the two example simple query. So the conclusion of this presentation, database is a very useful. It's very useful for us to use because it keeps our information. We can also easily to access the data, and also the data be systematic, and it's very necessary for us. Because since our modern term is used system everywhere. That's all from us. Thank you.